Good morning, my viewers. I'm back at it again. I'm going to go ahead and put this closet floor flange down in here. Okay, so something that a lot of people don't know about is that the fact that these closet floor flanges really are meant to sit on top of a finished floor. This is not a finished floor. This is a subfloor. Now your tile, okay, or your LVP, which is what this is. So I found this small scrap piece here of some LVP, and I cut out this spacer right here to simulate the finished floor that this flange needs to sit on. So we'll put this in here, and then I already kind of dry fitted this already in the past, and so what I'm going to do though is I'm going to glue this in place now. Okay, now hopefully my glue is good enough that I've got here to sort of glue down this closet flange, and then I can, yep, right down on top of the pipe. Okay, so now when I put my finished floor down, it will line up to the same height as needed, so that the commode will sit properly and seal properly to the flange, or they call it a closet flange. Alright, I took the liberty to pre-drill some holes in these screw holes off camera, and so now I'm going to put some screws in here. Very good. There it is. All screwed down. Ready for a toilet whenever I get one to put in there. And now I'm going to put this plastic bag down here a little bit just to keep trash from going down in there any further. By the way, I bought a brand new 20-gallon water heater for this project. This is where it's going to go. It's going to go underneath the cabinet, and I'm not going to have too much room for air here, because I mean, it's going to be right up inside of that cabinet, because this is kind of a high water heater for, you know, what I'm trying to do, but this is the best I could get. And so that means what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use a 90, okay, to come up here, okay, and go 90 here and a 90 here. And then of course on my pressure relief valve I'm going to have to use a 90 right here to because I'm not going to have the ability to come up any further at all. Otherwise I'll be hitting the bottom side of the countertop. I don't want to do that. Now, inside the bathroom here, I went ahead and chiseled up the floor as good as I could with this floor scraper. Okay, that kind of came in handy. Makes the job a little bit easier. And so I'll be able to seal this bathroom floor whenever I want now. Then, okay, now I started on framing up this wall right here where the laundry and everything's going to go. I ran out of some wood. I need to get some 2x4s so that I can frame this up. So I got some nailers to nail the texture 111 into. Plus I need to be able to frame in for this hookup for the laundry, see? So I need some more 2x4s. No big deal. I've been using what wood, the scraps and everything that was good, and it's been working out by kind of short just a few 2x4s. Okay, so I've got this pipe here. It's a 2-inch pipe because the drain outlet on this laundry box is 2-inch. I could have used a reducer fitting, but they go from 2-inch to 1.5 inches. But the reducers that the store had just wasn't very good in my mind. So I went ahead and just got this 2-inch pipe, and then I'll reduce it down to 1.5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and glue this up. Okay. Now, kind of have to hurry along here, because hopefully that'll get up there where I want it and stay. Alright. Okay. Down here, I'm going to use this reducer to go from 2-inch to 1.5 inches. I'll set that right here. Okay, now, good. So now I have to just run a piece of pipe through this 1.5 inch hole that I made up to where I can connect the pipe to this reducer. Now, just so I don't have to hunt for this pipe, I'm going to get down underneath the mobile home and putting it through the hole now. And then I'm going to connect it to this fitting right here. Well, I looked, I can't find the cleaner, so I don't really think I'm going to have a problem here anyway with it coming loose. This is a drain pipe, so it's not like it's going to be under pressure. So I'm just going to go ahead and just glue it really good. Okay, make sure my joint is glued very, very well, and I think I'll be all right. Come on. There. Now you might notice that I didn't put a P-trap in here. That's because I'm going to put the P-trap underneath the trailer, because there's no real good room for me to put it inside of this small area in the wall. Okay, so just to show you, my viewers out there, what I've done with the laundry hookup is I've connected the drain right here. It's going to actually go underground at this point, but underneath the trailer, okay, which by the way, this place is still a bit of a mess. I still got to clean out the underbelly insulation and things like that. Okay, so get back here if I can. Yeah, so this is where, right there, is where the drain comes down from inside of the trailer. Comes here, goes to the P-trap, okay, and then tees off here, goes up here to the aerator, goes down here, okay, and then goes out. So that's pretty much it. So what I have here are the valves, for the laundry hookup, and it's pretty easy. These just kind of click in there. Left side for hot, right side for cold, and that pretty much does it right there. Okay, so my next step here obviously is going to be to connect my supply lines. Of course, this would be coming from the water heater. This would be just coming from the cold water supply. Now I've connected the power for the washing machine here. Okay, I haven't put the receptacle in. I don't see any point in doing it yet until I put the wall up. I don't really need this receptacle for anything else. But it's connected to a 20 amp breaker for the washing machine, and has, this would be the GFI receptacle for this outlet. Alright, so next I'm going to drill holes here for the supply line. Okay, the red, by the way, is going to be for hot. This is PEX A. Alright, so it occurred to me, instead of using a hole saw, I could just use my 3/8 paddle bit. Do the same work, really. Only a lot faster. Now I'll drill this hole here for the cold side. There it is. Alright, so now I'm going to run this pipe down underneath the mobile home right here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to make some connections here with the using my manual expansion kit here. So this is PEX A. Okay, I think I told you, but yeah, this is the way it has to go on here. This, you got to make sure that the tubing is inserted all the way through this collar. Then you can take, because this is 1/2 inch, I'm using my 1/2 inch expanding piece. You can go ahead and use this now. By the way, this 1/2 inch with this manual kit, this crimp kit, pretty easy to use for 1/2 inch. Once you get up to, well, 3/4 is pretty difficult. I bet, you know, once you get to 1 inch, forget it. I mean, that is going to be, wow. You don't want to have to do too many of them. So there it is, it's in there. And I have a lot of faith that this is not going to leak. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same thing here with the blue. I always use the tubing cutter that came with the kit. Okay? Because it makes it, you know, good straight cuts. First time, every time. Alright, so it's the same thing. The only difference is that this pipe is blue. And it's, generally speaking, is for cold water. I mean, you can use, you know, the blue for hot water if you really want to, or really got to for some reason, but it's mainly just a color code thing. It's not like you've got to use red for hot and blue for cold. So I'm taking my manual expanding tool again, putting it in there. Okay. Like I said, this is 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch is a whole lot easier than say 3/4 or let alone an inch. I mean, inch, forget it. This would be a real bear to do an inch. Okay, and there it is. It's in there. What I could do, see, I could have used longer pieces and, you know, to run all the way to the water here, but I'm going to elbow these off underneath the mobile home because it will be, I'll be able to tuck this in a lot easier. You know, keep it close to the underside of the mobile home. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make connections to elbows on this end. And if you think I'm having a hard time with it now, 1/2 inch, 3/4, let me tell you something, that tries me quite a bit. It really tries my strength. Whoa. Alright, wait a minute. Need to expand that out a little bit more. There we go, see? Went down all the way. And you can always tell if it goes down all the way because it has these stops on the ends. Go. And then, there we go. I'll put this one on here. If it doesn't look like it wants to go, do not try to force it because that means that you have to start all over again if you can't get it off easy. You cannot reuse these plastic couplings like these 90s or anything like that. There we go. Went right on there. Oh, no it didn't. Caught up on something here. Oh, that was scary. Let me see what the heck is going on here. Should have gone right on there. There we go. That time it went. Okay. Alright, give it about a minute or so to shrink back into position so that it makes a seal. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run these two hot and cold pipes down to the through the floor here. And then I can get them on, catch them on the other side. Alright, I ran them down this area here where I wanted to run the pipe. And now I have to run this pipe over to where I want everything connected. Okay, on the other side for. Okay, so I'm going to cut this blue pipe. Okay, since I got a 90-degree to connect to. I think about everything's going to be in the way here, but here goes. I'm going to go ahead and put the sleeve on here. Okay, I got to just make sure that that sleeve is on all the way. That would be bad if I didn't. Okay, good. So now I'm going to take I'm going to take my expansion tool here and expand out the sleeve and pipe so that I can put it on that 90-degree fitting. Okay, make sure I'm all the way down there. Good. Okay, now let's see if I can act real fast here and get that on there. There we go. Okay, so just hold it there for a minute or so, just in case it wants to do some, weird tricks on me, and work loose. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing here on this hot side. So I'm going to cut this pipe right about here, about the same height as where the other one was. And I'm going to so now I'm going to put the sleeve on here so I can expand it. There it goes. Yeah, that way. Okay, I got to make sure that my pipe is ready to go, which it's not, of course. It sprung back on me. There. Okay. Yeah, you want to make sure that the other end of the pipe is ready to go when you are. Otherwise you'll have to re-expand it. I mean, it's not a big deal, to have to re-expand it or anything, but that is what you'd have to do. Okay, so yeah. Now take my expansion tool again here and expand the sleeve and pipe right here. Okay. Now, if you expand it and you can't grab a hold of the other end in time, that's okay. Don't worry about it, because you can simply re-expand it. It's not a big deal. It's very forgiving. In that sense, anyway. Let's see. Okay. More. Okay. Good. Good. Now I have to kind of hustle along here, and there we go. Put that right in there, and we're good. Okay. So just hold it here for about a minute or so, just in case it wants to spring out of there for some reason. You never know. Stuff happens all the time when you're doing this kind of work. Okay, so there we have it. We're in good shape now. Okay. All right, so here we are. on the other side, inside, where the tubing comes up, where I'm going to be using it as sort of a junction area. So I'm going to put the distributor for cold water here and another distributor for hot water over here, and so that's how they're going to connect anyway. Now you understand all that's going to happen after I put the walls in place and everything. Right now I'm just trying to do some things, you know, before I get some wallboard. Of course, this water heater's got to be moved before I put the walls up. That's no big deal. All right, let me show you a faulty PEX A joint right here. Now you see how the sleeve here, okay, did not go all the way onto the pipe, and when it got expanded, somehow it slipped, so the pipe is only maybe halfway up. So now I got to cut off this entire joint here, this whole 90, and redo it. So I think I'm going to call it a day, actually. At least I got some things done that I wanted to get done. So you don't have to like it, but I do appreciate if you subscribe and comment. Thank you.